Welcome to Midday Repartee. This is Rata and Glory, joined today by Gargoyle. How you doing?
Hail.
Hail. Yes. And also, for a rare Wednesday appearance, Captain Fuckhead is with us today.
Ale.
Ale.
That's the UK version of hail. We've changed it slightly. We've adapted it. We've reappropriated the culture.
Much more useful.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, it has, layers of meaning. For sure.
I could do with a few layers. Fuck off, Odie.
That's right.
Just get that out of the way now. Just get that out of the way now.
Oh, man. So how are those flats going?
Very, very wet. Very, very wet. There is fucking rain everywhere today. And it's even outside. I took my dog outside for a walk and got drenched there too. Like there's a thunderstorm going on. I come back in, I dry off, and then there's a thunderstorm going on my computer. It's fucking annoying me. Fucking annoying.
How many pages got dropped on you?
Oh, I've still got a few to do. I've got I get them in batches of 5.
Yeah.
So I've knocked out a couple yesterday. We've got to get this one done now. That's a couple done today. Probably get a couple done tomorrow. And then fuck, I'm not doing any more. No, I'm joking. I just want to get them done now. We're at that point with it. We're all kind of just get the fucking book finished.
You can sniff the finish line. It's like right there.
We're almost there. We're almost there.
Nice, man.
It's just a fucking rain.
Massive undertaking, dude. 200 pages is fucking insane.
It's
insane.
I've said this before on your very show, Mr. Rotten Glory. But if you haven't had, and if you've only just read comics and you've never had the opportunity or the unfathomable pleasure, maybe I don't know. I don't think that's the right word in this case. To work on a book, you have no idea the amount of work that goes in just so you can read it for 25 minutes, put it down, and forget about it.
Yeah, dude, it is one of those endeavors that you have to be a little bit crazy to want to do it, because it is the hundreds of hours, it's such a quick experience for the reader.
Mm-hmm.
For all of that blood, sweat, and tears that go into it, man. It's a brutal thing, but I don't know, if you get the bug, if you get involved with it, it can just, you fall in love with it, man, and it's all you want to do.
This is very true, because the bug has certainly bitten me. But the one advantage I do have in doing these pages used to take me 4 hours to do. I can knock them out in 90 minutes now. So it's nice, you get there. You just gotta. Yeah. It just takes a lot of perseverance.
Yeah.
And if you let it, it will break you, and it will break you quickly.
Yeah, that's for sure. Well, that's cool, man. That's exciting. I'm looking forward to getting Xenotype. It was such an ambitious thing to try to do, and I'm sure that Liam was told more than a few times that what he was trying to achieve with that project, being 200 pages, was folly. But he's seen it through. I don't know how profitable it will be for him, but he's going to put something special into people's hands. There's no doubt about that.
Well, I think was particularly with Xenotype. I think that's what his ambition was. I'm not sure how ambitious he was to make a fuck ton of money out of it. I think he just wanted to put the book out.
Yeah.
And you all credit to him for that, because that takes a lot of fucking balls.
Yeah. Yeah. And the watching Liam on YouTube has been man, what an interesting journey to see him go all over the place. I don't even know, man.
It's like watching the Super Bowl, where it's 27-27 and there's only 2 seconds left. And they've decided this year, because of COVID, they're not allowed to have extra time or added time, whatever you fuckers call it.
Right.
So it's next point wins. Like no one knows how it's going to end up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Overtime. No, but no one knows how it's going to end up. It's just going to be one of those things where you go, "Oh, of course," at the end of it.
Obviously.
You're talking about football with your foot, right?
No, because there's no way someone would score 27 goals. It would never ever be 27 all in football with your foot.
Right.
Not a hope in hell.
Yeah.
Not unless you're 4 or 5 years old playing on the playground.
Correct. What is the highest scoring game of all time?
The highest scoring Premier League game that I can think of off the top of my head was Manchester United beating Ipswich Town 9-2.
Damn.
Although I think somebody might have hit double figures last year. I think somebody might have won 10-0 last season.
Damn.
But I'm not sure if that was the Premier League.
Yeah.
It's very rare you get a team that hits double figures. But it does happen every now and again. But it's a very rare case.
Yeah. And I would assume when it does happen, it's not a good game. Probably a blowout of some kind.
Well, again,
embarrassing.
That depends. Again, it's weird. That's weird. That's a weird thing because in American football, you would automatically make that assumption, but sometimes in our proper game, sometimes the other team are just that good. Like recently talking about fucking soccer on an American show is weird. Recently Barcelona just got beat 8-2 by Bayern Munich.
Yeah. And
Barcelona are not a bad team. But, I mean, they're not the team they used to be, but they're not a bad team. Yeah. Bayern Munich are just that fucking good.
Nice.
You know what I mean? They would have beat anyone. They would have beat anybody 8-2. It didn't matter who they would have played that day. They would have smashed anybody.
Yeah.
So you guys play against nations?
Well, that is okay. So that is how do I describe that to an American? The Champions League is a European competition. So each country in Europe has its own league, and then at the end of each league season, a certain number, depending on your standing in European football, a certain number of those top tier teams qualify for an elite European competition, which is called the Champions League. It used to be called the European Cup. I think in South America it's the Copa Libertadores. The US have one, but it includes Mexico and Canada and a couple of other countries that no one's ever heard of. Is it the Copa Libertadores? Yeah, it is the Copa Libertadores in South America. And it's regarded as the elite club competition in the world.
It all makes sense now.
Sounds like a mini Olympics.
No, it's much more of it's a knockout tournament essentially. No, it's basically like the World Cup. It's like a European version of a World Cup, except we have it every year. That's a way to describe it. There we go.
Nice.
Okay.
So, what are your initial what's your initial reaction, kind of response to this Keanu Reeves Kickstarter comic?
Good on him. Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, it's another win for us.
Yeah. Well, okay. Just playing devil's advocate. Why do you say that?
Because it's another independent creator, and I say that in quote marks, bunny ears,
big
all
time.
that shit. It's another independent creator who's not going down the route of DC or Marvel. They've decided they're going to do it in their own way. They've decided that they're going to do it essentially off their own back to a point. Although I don't know how much of a back he's got left anymore. I'm not going to steal L's joke. I'm going to let him do that later on. That's just a prelim. But look, it's a win. It's got to be, because it's another independent creator not going down the mainstream route. The mainstream are failing. All these fuckers that keep going on Kickstarter, soon enough they're going to realise that Kickstarter's that it's almost like Hode Yellow at this point, isn't it? Someone really needs to take it down the back of the bike shed and shoot it. Yeah, but it's getting there.
I mean, I'm a little surprised, and I think that Kickstarter, just knowing how much potentially this could bring in, it seems surprising to me with the gatekeeping that goes on there that it's even something that they were down to a platform to host, because the premise is just so, it's just so old school, badass comic. There's clearly a focus on violence and badassery. So it doesn't seem like something they would typically embrace. But kind of hard to turn your head away when you know it's going to bring in insane numbers.
And when their platform has been failing for the past
Exactly.
6 months, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
What choice have you got? What choice have you got? Plus, they get that out. What is it? The outrageous 9% or something they take.
Yeah, I think it's 9%.
Yeah, they take way more
Yeah,
than
no doubt.
the Indiegogo's.
This aspect alone surprises me that it would be chosen as a platform. I guess.
Well, I mean,
in general terms, I guess it gets more just like average traffic, eyeballs on projects. Maybe it's a little higher. I don't know if that's. I don't have the numbers to
you
prove
have to
that.
be
But
you have to be fair to Keanu and all these other weirdos that are using it though. Sorry, Keanu, I love you like a mother. No, brother, sorry. That's a bad joke. Only I'm going to get that unless you've seen him at theatres recently, at premieres and all that sort of stuff. I've forgotten where I was going, but look, they're gonna want to take the money.
yeah,
But I mean, people. Again, I know where I was going. People like Keanu Reeves, people like Baby Bowie. I can never remember his fucking name. Sean Gordon Murphy.
very
Ting.
well done. Nice.
And I had to slow the pace down a bit though. They don't give a shit about 9%. 9% to them's fuck all. Like it's nothing.
Yeah, I guess
It's not a big deal.
I understand that. We're talking ultimately 2 or 3 percentage points from Indiegogo. So yeah, in the big picture of things, maybe. But why give away 1% when you don't have to? It seems silly.
Well, yeah. Well, you could say that Keanu's mother, wife, girlfriend, whatever she is, said at the same time to him, "Why do comics? I mean, why even bother?"
Yeah. Well, I've already heard people saying that this is kind of like maybe this is the new pathway to creating a movie pitch.
Oh, well, we knew
You
that
have a
was
big
gonna
star.
happen, didn't we?
Obviously, the main character in this comic, Berserker, is clearly modeled on Keanu. I mean, we can see that in the imagery.
Oh, look, John Prick.
So there's some speculation that this is how now you can make a movie pitch, make money on a movie pitch by doing a comic book crowdfunded this way. Make a handful of cash and also pitch, get movie interest generated. So I think that's viable. I think there's probably some truth to that.
I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised if they're already in talks to get this movie made.
There's definitely going to be a few people. Sorry, yeah. I was just going to say there's definitely going to be a few people who have been working in mainstream comics who are going to be very pissed about that kind of a suggestion.
Oh well, yeah, and that's already happening. What's that, Gargoyle?
Oh no! All I was gonna say, it breaks the first rule of making an independent comic. Don't make a comic as a bus pass to get in Hollywood. But then again, that's Keanu Reeves.
Exactly. I mean, it's kind of silly not to go like, he's probably looking to have this be a film, possibly a film franchise as well. But my understanding is that he is a sincere comic book fan, that he has been for a while, and he kind of loves comics. Should we watch some of this?
I can buy that. I can buy that. I can buy him being a comic book
I
fan.
haven't watched this video. I think this is the main promo video for the comic. I haven't looked at it. Should we take a look?
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right.
You won't get in trouble.
I don't care. Fuck you too.
Comics are awesome. Berserker's got everything that you want from a comic book. It's got great drawings, colors, great story, it's got action, has a little romance, and it's about something.
It's about something. Holy fuck.
And I was like, well, I used to collect and I love comic books. And they were like so did you ever want to make a comic book? And I was like, yeah, you know, this idea of a kind of Viking, someone in a altered state, someone in a higher, heightened state, just out of control. You know, someone out of control and being compelled or driven to this thing and time like this. You know, kind of hiding in violence. You know, this kind of character trapped who, in a way, has to, with this curse that is compelled to violence, he understands the cost of it. He finds life precious even after all this time. And I feel with Berserker, we have some masters. Masters doing the drawings, masters doing the color, a master working with me in the writing. And the story that we have to tell, I think, is a lot of fun. So check it out. If you do, I hope you enjoy it. Berserker, Boom Studios.
Okay.
Worst pitch ever.
Initial.
He looks more excited than he did on Bill and Ted 3.
Yeah. I mean, as far as pitch videos go, I certainly not the worst I've seen. You didn't like it, Captain?
I mean, look, the first minute we learn it's been drawn and it's coloured. Okay.
And stuff, and it's about something.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, that's
the worst
best phrase.
elevator pitch ever.
Yeah, that's the
No,
best
I take
phrase.
that. I take that cake. Oh, fuck off with that.
No, your elevate pitch was better than that. At least you
All
thought
right.
about it. I mean, you didn't just
Yeah.
turn up and go, "Well, it's about a thing."
It's a guy, and he's colored, and he does stuff.
It's a coloured guy doing stuff from Norway. That's what I got out of it. There you go.
Yep. It's got romance in it.
Well, we got that romance. Hey, we might get to see half a titty or something.
And he looked like he was high. He looked like
when
he was
when
like,
has Keanu
oh.
not looked like he was high? Is a better question.
He's
That's true.
sniffing his hair dye again.
Yep.
I think with Keanu, I think he was born with a genetic defect where he's high all the time. But if he smokes weed, he gets sober. It's like the opposite. He's just high naturally, but if he takes drugs, he then sobers up.
I love the idea of Hollywood now following him around everywhere he goes, trying to lick his back.
Well, he's became a meme, and that's cheaper to attain. All you got to do is take a picture of him, put him on a T-shirt.
Right, and you know, of course, there was this.
There, I'm walking the streets of the future is really going to be breathtaking.
You're breathtaking!
That was legendary.
Yeah. So, you know, he walked out on the stage. Obviously, you know, it was a big reveal. He's a part of the Cyberpunk 2077 game from what's the studio? Red.
CD Projekt Red.
CD Projekt Red, right? And it's you know, just I think it's broken sales records. It's an insane property. The studio has proven itself to be all about the fans and their work. So this in no small part plays into this comic book release, because even the site I'm looking at right now is a PlayStation site, right?
Well,
So
Keanu Reeves looked more excited in that game show, video game show.
he's being promoted across all these different platforms and media and sites that cover all different kinds of, because he's basically broken in. You know, he's in film. He's now made a huge splash in video games. Now he's doing the comic book thing. It's like this guy can't be stopped, man.
Yeah, but you could say that. See, I know you say that, but that kind of worries me slightly, because we've said on this show before about social media, whatever you call them now, influencers, and that's all he is. He's like, people are using him like they're selling shit through him, the way that people sell shit on Instagram through morons that. Curl your hair safely with these new curlers because this stupid top burnt her hair off. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of a pitch, and that concerns me slightly. But to be fair, Keanu Reeves, even as an old man, smash.
Yeah. Right.
Oh,
Still
so
would
you're
smash.
gay for Keanu Reeves? Damn.
No, but look, it's not
That's
gay.
a big reveal, man.
No, it's not. I learnt this from an Irish friend of mine. As long as you do it on a Tuesday, it's not gay.
Oh yeah, that checks out. That's actually valid.
Mm.
Yeah. It's got to be a Tuesday, but unfortunately, it is a Wednesday, so you're gay as fuck.
Oh man, fuck.
Yeah.
Samir's like, I think this is charity for him, and I don't know. Is he like, he's got connections and friends and people ask things of him, and it's like, did he do the new Bill and Ted movie kind of as a charity?
Have
Maybe.
you seen the footage of him in there? It looked like he didn't even want to be there half the time.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit. I'm not gonna pay to see it. I'm not interested in it myself, but it does seem like maybe, okay, I can help out some friends of mine. I can give them a leg up, a boost, and it really doesn't take a whole lot of effort from me to do that. And so he does it. I mean, it doesn't make him a bad guy, but it's like, I would love to know how much he's involved in the writing of this story. It does credit him as being a writer, but we don't really know to what extent that is.
I'd also
From
like
the
to
look of
delve
that
a little.
video, from the look of the video, doesn't look like he wrote anything.
Well, that's true. It's been drawn, coloured, and written. It's a bad thing. Ladies and gentlemen, best pitch ever.
There's drawings
hell.
and there's colors and stuff happens, and a guy is violent, and then he fucks somebody, and there you go.
That's all I got.
Yeah, it didn't sound like someone who's intimately involved with the storyline per se. Maybe just a really raw, basic concept.
When's his YouTube channel coming out?
Right. Yeah. People don't see, consensus in the chat is that it wasn't a very good video.
It's awful. This chat is right. The chat is absolutely bang on. Well done, chat.
Okay. Yeah, I guess, his main passion is motorcycles, which I'm surprised. I'm guessing there'll be a motorcycle in this, maybe.
I had to. Of course, he does make. Well, he doesn't make them, but he has a company that makes motorcycles, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But look, I used to have to sell fucking home and car insurance, and I can make that more exciting than that pitch was.
Mm.
I had to, otherwise
You
I wouldn't
guys
be
are
able to sell the
harsh,
fucking
man.
thing.
You guys are
No,
harsh.
it was an awful pitch. It was awful.
Am I roboting right now?
Pardon?
Am I roboting?
I don't know what you're saying.
Shit dick.
No, you're fine, mate. You're fine.
All right. It seems like it's all, I don't know, mate. My internet's been so weird lately. It feels like the video's like really
Oh,
choppy.
we
so,
all know about that.
Yeah.
It's Pornhub. It's got a download restriction. You didn't learn that, did you?
No, I don't know anything about that.
you broke your VPN.
So let's take a look at the actual campaign page. There's some saltiness because I guess, Boom Studios has come out and said, we already have the money to make this thing.
Then just make
Which
the
is
fucking
like-
book.
So why are you doing a crowdfunding campaign?
Mhm.
But I think the concept of crowdfunding has already evolved beyond that point. I think we're all well aware of that. So I don't think that's a valid argument. I mean, how do you guys feel about that? If you're crowdfunding something, should it literally be that you need the money to make the product, or has crowdfunding as a concept moved beyond that?
I've just got 3 words to say. Fuck off, Ethan.
Okay.
He's got all the money. He doesn't need fucking crowdfunding. No, you're right. Look, crowdfunding is a thing. It's a way, not just it's an exciting thing for the audience. It's a way to engage your audience, but you have to do other things on top of it. You can't just go, I'm on Indiegogo or Kickstarter, back me. Like, it's not going to work. You have to do other stuff. Like, if it was going through a publisher, you would hope, although they don't really do that much these days, that the publisher would help promote the fucking thing.
Yeah, dude, almost zero. It's so. I think this is why mainstream is just not going to be able to compete with what's happening with things like this project, because they don't know how to market, they don't know how to promote. In a modern way, in a way that's effective for people now.
I think, well, honestly, I think if you go about the way that they used to do it in comics, I think it would still work these days. I think the problem with them is that they just stopped. They just thought, oh, we don't need to spend money on that anymore. We're big enough. And as soon as you think you're big enough, you don't have to do shit, you're fucked.
You're fucked.
Fuck Keanu Reeves. Fuck Keanu Reeves.
Captain's. Oh, hey, Passion for Drawing.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, you're not a Keanu fan?
No, I like Keanu Reeves.
Who doesn't? Okay, let's find. I mean, even if we're gonna like talk some shit about him, it's like, see, ultimately at the end of the day, we're like, yeah. I mean, I like Keanu. Obviously, he's a fucking saint.
I mean, who doesn't?
It seems to be a consensus that Keanu is well loved.
Yeah, he seems like a decent dude. I mean, he's had a lot of tragedy in his life too, so it's like you feel bad for the guy, but he's also, from all intents, he's one of the cool guys you hear about in Hollywood. You don't hear like generally nice guys.
Mm-hmm.
He's like one of the few, and I do have a suspicion he probably is conservative, because he's a big gun nut and stuff like that. So, but he's not even American, so I don't care. But yeah, he's a cool dude. Now, for him doing a comic, it was all right when Zach did it. So, I mean, with Stallone. Yeah. So what's the? Everybody didn't seem to have really have a problem with that. So why is this any different? In my mind?
Yeah, I don't see a problem with it. As long as, I mean, I do think that there's probably validity to it being it's kind of it's a profitable movie pitch at this point, and more power to you. I mean, that's pretty smart if you can make your movie pitch profitable in and of itself. Even if if it doesn't get made into a movie, you still made some dollars. I get. Does it taint the purity of making a comic because you want to make a great comic? Maybe. I don't know.
Well, I consider these kind of things the Harlem Globetrotters of comic books, because you remember Harlem Globetrotters back, they were on Scooby-Doo, they were on
right.
they were on Gilligan's Island. They're all this stuff, so that they were like inserted into these things. It's like a cross thing. And back in the 70s, I mean, the whole thing where they had Kiss and they put their blood in the ink, all that kind of stuff. I mean, celebrities.
The Kiss comics weren't that there was some cool art involved in the Kiss comics, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So celebrities have been doing comics and inserting themselves in the comic books for a very long time. It's not a new phenomenon. So
nope.
Right.
Some of them are good. Some of them are terrible. Like Mark Hamill actually wrote a bunch of decent comic books. And then you had William Shatner Truck Wars, which was terrible. Or Tech Wars or whatever he did. So there's tons of that where celebrities do come in and kind of take it. Now with crowdfunding, I think it's just easier. It'll probably, maybe Keanu's always wanted to do a comic book and no one took him seriously.
Right.
Maybe this is his only avenue. Yeah. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Maybe he's always wanted to do one. He had this story to tell and he wants to do it.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
The only thing I would say to that, if he's been involved in Hollywood for such a long time, and he has, we all know he has, and if he was part of that story process, but like still could have been a better pitch. Like if you'd written the book and you knew what the book was about, like you could deliver a pitch that would smash it.
Right.
Yeah, but now in Hollywood, do you think a book like this, or, a book like a story like this, would even get made? I mean, look at John Wick.
No, I'm not talking about film now. I'm talking about the video on the fucking the campaign page.
Oh, and I don't know,
Yeah,
Patrick, maybe you didn't catch that. We watched the official pitch video.
Is it really bad?
Yeah, with
the first
Keanu
minute-
Reeves on it.
The first
The
minute
consensus
was,
is maybe it's pretty bad.
it's a comic, it's drawn, it's
whoa.
coloured, it's a man, violence, about something.
Whoa.
That's the pitch.
Does it go whoa in it?
Nope.
He's like, this is the
Yeah,
one.
that
Does
was
he
the
say
biggest
that?
disappointment, man. It didn't. It didn't have that at all.
Yeah, if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna market, so at least. Oh. Yeah.
Are you wanking to the wall?
Yeah. Whoa. Well, that's a disappointment. But obviously, the character kind of looks like him. So is it like a self?
Oh, it's definitely him. There's no question that it's modeled after him, and I think this is a movie pitch ultimately.
Well,
but that doesn't mean it can't be a great comic. It could very well be a stellar comic, but it does feel like this is the next phase of comics. We kind of know that mainstream has been like, well, we're making comics to get made into shit. We're not making comics for the sake of making comics anymore, and that it seems like it's been that way for a while. So this, to me, is like the evolution of that process. Well, let's do crowdfunded campaigns where we make a shit ton of money with a celebrity attachment, and it's also a movie pitch.
I mean, Hollywood's out of ideas. If they need new ideas, and this gets new ideas out there, I'm not really going to complain about it. I mean, you don't have to buy the book.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah,
Well, it's like Kickstarter. I'm not.
And then, of course, like people have already said, we got this Kickstarter hashtag Black Lives Matter on every page. That's a big problem for a lot of people.
Yeah,
Problem for me, for sure. Too. I mean, at this point, how can you deny that there is violence attached to this movement? People are getting hurt, businesses are getting destroyed, hundreds of millions of dollars in damage. Why would you? I don't want to support that. So that's disappointing. It sucks that has to be there on top of every campaign page.
Well, it's Kickstarter. It's hardly a surprise.
No, it isn't a surprise. And, I have heard the Indiegogo, in a less visible way, maybe supports or connects to that in some way, but they're certainly not making you put the fucking hashtag on your page.
And I know Keanu is going to be in Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, he's going to be in Cyberpunk, and there's why is he in that? But I guess, he is Neo, and he was in Johnny Mnemonic, and so I guess having him in there, kind of cybery, I guess.
But it's Keanu, man. He helps. He's a marketing machine. People love him. People reaction to him. It's at this stage, it's going to help.
Yeah, watch him in Much Ado About Nothing.
Oh God.
Or Bram Stoker's Dracula, and he'll change your opinion of him.
He's got to be.
I watched that again last night for the first time, only for the second time in my entire life. Fuck me, that film does not age well.
Even Anthony.
I love that movie. I love that movie, though.
Mate, it was shit
overall.
First time round. First shit.
All I
first time
remember
round.
is the titties.
I love it.
Winona Ryder was pretty.
But no one-eyed titties.
But yeah, this guy, for somebody who's been in just this cornucopia of horrible movies across his career, he's got to be the most loved guy to be in so many horrible movies. Kind of miraculous, really.
That's a lot of actors, though.
Yeah. Like Ron Perlman, he's one of those actors, I consider him, he's always good in whatever he's in, but he's not always good in he's not always in everything that's good.
Oh, so, big time. Yeah, you're right about that. So, you see him in so you're like, dude, why the fuck are you in this?
Why are you in this movie? But boy, you're good in it.
So when you kind of dig into the campaign a little bit, it's like, what is this shit? I mean, are we looking at This just looks like maybe a character design sketch. Probably nothing. You know, It doesn't really seem
It looks like Keanu's just killed the director of Bill and Ted 3.
It says cover art.
By who?
That's a cover art?
That's shit if that's the case. I mean, it says right here.
Well, remember, it was drawn.
Yeah, it was drawn and there were colors added. And there's a guy.
I believe he said that. It's drawn and it's got colours. Oh, my days.
Since Passion for Drawing's in here, we got to watch it again.
I'll watch it. It'll probably be cringy, but
yeah, we can check it out again. Each
seconds.
graphic novel.
I like that. Gotta do Berserker all spelled wrong.
Yep.
Oh, that's all the rage like back in 1990. Don't you remember?
I blame Clint Stoker for bringing that.
Yeah, Clint, stop it with the fucking intentional misspelling of shit.
I mean, it's no good for a fucking dyslexic. Like, it's bad enough.
And it says Fat L. Fat L. Who's Fat L?
Yes. Well, you know, shit. That book looks actually really good though. So each book is going to be 128 page, full color, by the way.
And fully drawn. Let's not forget about that.
So yeah, this is kind of crazy. So this isn't literally. They say they have the money up front to do this, in a quote from Boom Studios. Why in the hell would
Boom
it not?
Studios? No. Don't
Yes.
Yeah.
Why in the hell
Studios.
would the first issue not be released for a year? September 2021?
They don't have it done. They're lying.
Jesus Christ.
They ain't got the money.
That's insane, dude. Okay, so that's a little weird.
Like if I had the art and everything was done, I could get a book printed in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I had all the files and we're ready to go, boom, I could go online, upload the files, and get it printed in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Yeah, J Money had it. He was on top of this shit. It's like 2022 before I get the whole thing. What the hell is going on here? That's weird.
Probably a Walmart scam.
I was just about to go down the Allegiance Arts route.
I don't know.
Oh man,
this feels like a
fuckers.
capital grab. Like they're gonna do this, and then they're gonna release 30 other books that the owners want to do, and then there's gonna be this book. You might get this book someday, but they're gonna do like 30 other SJW books first, and then suddenly there'll be no money.
Yeah,
I don't know, this seems like a grift. Like that
this
long.
is a bit much, dude. That's way too long. They fucked that up big time. Obviously, you know, taking some Wreck Planet signals here. This is a big box set, I think. Which, you know, I think their box set costs like over $2,000 or something.
What?
Yeah, it's insane. So look at these tiers. It
Keanu
starts
Reeves
at 50.
made it in his garage. That's why.
So I'm guessing it looks like, okay, $50. You get the soft covers, all 3 editions. That's reasonable. That's not a bad price. Because they're like
$50 for a floppy Keanu Reeves, really?
But it's I want to get this right. It's like
Of 128 apiece.
128 pages each.
Wow.
So that's like over 300 pages for $50.
Yeah, that's not unreasonable at all. But they don't show any. There's no interior art here.
Yeah, it's not done. This is
For fully drawn and fully colored.
It's not. Yeah. Well, no, I don't think they said that it's done. They said they had the money. They had the money to produce it. They didn't need to crowdfund it to get it. The money to make it. This is just what they wanted to do.
Yeah, and to be fair to Keanu, in the video, all he said was, "It's drawn and it coloured."
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry.
for him again,
I misquote. He said, "It's drawn and it has colour." I believe he said.
Is he the writer of it? Is he the writer of it? Or
They
just
say
like...
he's a writer, but you know what that could mean. He might have said, like, he probably called someone up after a fever dream at like 3 a.m. and said, I have an idea for a guy who's, you draw him and he's colored and he does stuff. Make it happen. Make it happen, bitch.
That happened in John Wick 3, though, didn't it? There was he woke up in the middle of the night, rang the director up, and went, "I'm in a desert," and went back to sleep again, and that's where the desert scene came from.
Yeah, probably that scene.
He's been on record of saying that. That's what happened. He woke up in the middle of the night, went, "I'm in a desert," went back to sleep again.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's a writer, what he's probably done is woken up in the middle of the night and just rung up the actual real writer and gone, "Whoa, and then gone back to sleep.
I think it's like, you know, Keanu has enough money to where he could publish this himself. He doesn't need anybody to do it.
Of course not. No,
the guy's like worth like $100 million. He doesn't need the money. I mean,
no, it's clearly not about money for him. And I think Samir might be onto something. Then it's a little like, I'm helping a friend out here. You know.
Yeah.
Well, that's what he's known to do. Is from that movie.
Yeah, he still gets lots of residuals, though, that he made more money off.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. No, the guy is shrewd. There's no doubt he's smart with his money.
Yeah.
Do we know who Boom Studios are? Out of curiosity.
No, not a clue.
No, they've been around for a little while. They're SJW pretty hard. You can go on Twitter and see some of their artists and the company themselves. They've been throwing a lot of stuff around. They're not particularly...
Yeah.
Great.
I can't remember what their big thing. I think they maybe do offer returnability on their comics for retailers, which is a big step forward and should have been something in practice for a long time. So I do, they might be. I think they are trying to do some things a little differently, but I mean, obviously, giving retailers returnability is, Jesus, why aren't you? It's so abusive not to offer that.
Samir's saying shipping is crazy. How much?
It is. Yeah, we're going to get to that, man.
Okay.
So, $75 tier, you get limited edition soft covers. Obviously, they don't have that to show. All they've done is change the color of the background on this one. Like, limited edition, it's a different color.
But Keanu said it was drawn and colored.
Colored. And there will be, you can pay more money to get a slightly different color back here. So that's good value. Hardcover editions. That seems, again, $99 for 328-page hardcovers. Not a horrible price. So that seems all fine. Oh, God, it just goes on and on, man. Blood Red Kickstarter exclusive. Limited edition deluxe box set. Slipcase hardcover. These are just gimmicks. Here's a better way to store your product. $325.
Better than my IKEA shelf.
Holy shit. Yeah, this gets insane, man. Gunmetal Kickstarter exclusive.
That's what happens when you have
deluxe box set.
It's when you have a big celebrity attached to it. This isn't the most egregious Kickstarter I've ever seen. I could show you some.
This is hurting me. Like all they've done is change the color and the price goes up. Like one of the things, when Ethan did his Chromium covers, they were fucking annoyed the shit out of me because the one thing he did was drop the quality of the lowest tier.
Are any of them signed by Keanu? Like you actually get his signature?
I think
because he does not sign autographs.
$1,000 will get you signed Platinum Immortal.
And
I don't. It doesn't specifically say that it's his, does it?
Right.
Yeah, I'm signing them.
Okay, Kickstarter exclusive print signed by Keanu Reeves.
Okay, there you go.
So it's not saying it will. The books will be signed, but a print will be signed.
Well, that's not bad either. Like I said, he does not
by robotic computer print machine.
Is that what it says?
No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
That would have been hilarious.
I don't know. But dude, tier 10.
It will be though. It'll be done through electronic signatures. I almost guarantee it. So you know that like people were complaining about fax machines, like this still exist.
Right.
Like people think they died out in the fucking back end of the 1980s. No, fax machines have been used right up until the modern day, right up until yesterday, particularly by two sources I know of, which is the NHS in the UK, because they use it to fax medical records, although I don't understand why they haven't used email yet. Well, they do. I know why they've told not to use faxes, because they got told by the government a couple of months ago, why have you spent $9,000 on new fax machines?
Well, the fax machine lobby is very, very strong. You don't know this.
Well, no, they
are a secret cabal of fax machine makers.
They've been told they're not allowed to do that anymore.
Dick pics.
The only other people that use fax machines are solicitors when they have to sign stuff. Like, they still use them to this day.
The government uses them quite a bit here. So
they're being phased out because the strides that have been made in digital signatures. So there's, in my mind, there'd be a strong likelihood that it will just be a digital signature. I very much doubt they'll see his doorstep.
That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility, man.
We're assuming the books
now that I'm really delving into this and looking at this. It's feeling a lot. I'm not liking this at all, man.
And
this feels like a ripoff on epic proportions, man. $2,500. Limited edition deluxe box set, and you get to appear. This is a drawn-in tier, right, for $2,500, and a single line of dialogue. So $2,500.
Oh, that's generous.
You get to get drawn in and have a line of dialogue. It's probably, it's already a set character. They're just gonna slap your face on it and have you say something.
Just before you die, so you never have to be drawn back in again.
See, like Doomfate's still funding on IGG. I had it where it was $100, and you get featured on an entire page.
Exactly, I know. It's this is obviously
it's $100.
Beyond that, you just get the one Kickstarter exclusive limited edition graphic novel slipcase hardcover with exclusive platinum immortal cover art, which we don't know what it looks like. We don't know who it's by. Really not that much. This is insane, guys.
Hell, for $100, I'll draw you in Doomfate with Keanu Reeves.
Oh man, he's got some clown feet in this drawing. Huge.
Why does he have swords? Why does he have a musket? Why does
he's got
have
everything?
mace?
Clearly, he's like I guess depicting that he is immortal. It's clearly he's got a weapon from every fucking age.
Where's the Keanu knee brace?
He's an Asian Viking.
He's an Asian Viking, right?
Well, he said Viking in the video. He did say that. Yeah.
Yes, he did. Now the stretch goals are interesting to me because the stretch goals will be hidden until the campaign goal is reached.
Oof.
Now, here's the problem I have with that.
Not uncommon.
Yeah, I guess so, but here's what is uncommon to me. First of all, the first two stretch goals, digital shit. Who gives a fuck? Here's the first real stretch goal, exclusive print. But it's only if you paid into a tier of $50 or more.
Assholes.
Okay? So there's a tier that is less than $50. You're not getting this stretch goal. Now, how the fuck are you going to know that if they don't? You're not going to know what stretch goals you are qualified to get until they are unlocked. And you've already... This is fucking stupid.
Hey, if you get Doomfate, the Epic Path, you get an automatic poster right with it, so it really doesn't matter. And that's only like $25. So, there you go.
This feels a lot more grifty than when I initially started this show.
Well, Kickstarters are different, especially these ones are probably a little bit bigger. I mean, I could show you ones that are like seem grifty, but they make millions, and then they unlock stuff as you go, and they kind of make it a game, a thing, like everybody gets hyped and it builds up hype. It's a marketing strategy too. So people can come back all the time and see what got unlocked and get more excited and maybe even buy more stuff. That's part of it. Us here in ComicsGate, most of us don't really do that here in
No.
ComicsGate with ComicsGate. I don't think you really can. I kind of tried to do it with Doom Fate with the different trading cards and open, and it propelled me where I am now. But I don't even think Ethan or anybody kind of does that. We do kind of do it differently in CG. But there's things like miniatures, board games, all those things on Kickstarter. They do this same kind of thing. So they most likely, I'm willing to bet, they had a marketing group do this for them.
Yeah.
And they probably know it, you know.
Yeah, I agree with that. It just, to me, almost all the stretch goals should be, no matter what tier you're buying into on a crowdfunding campaign, the stretch goals are part of that. I understand that that's not always possible. There are stretch goals that per unit are too expensive. If you only paid, say, $25 into a campaign, it literally would be losing the project creator money if they gave it to you. I understand that exists, and I get that, but you should let people know up front, right? Like, it shouldn't be a secret. Like, all of a sudden you're like, oh, so if I had paid $50, I would have got this exclusive print. But I didn't know that going in.
I can't think off the top of my head a CG campaign that I've had that experience with where I've not got all the stretch goals. And even at the bottom tier, or you just go and look at any kind of marketing strategy for selling anything, any shop, they have loss leaders. Loss leaders are essential in marketing strategies. Like it's not that big a deal.
Well, the marketing strategy is Keanu. They don't need.
Yeah, it is just Keanu.
I mean, he's like probably one of the most highest paid, most popular actors right now.
I fucking hate him. He's a knob.
He's a knob. I mean, his three houses say he's not.
Yeah.
So I've already said on the show, smash on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
350,000 so far. I mean, it just keeps going up and up and up and up. You would think that there maybe would be a 350,000 stretch goal unlocked. We'll see. Probably only if you buy in at the $1,000 tier will you get the next stretch goal. Who knows?
I mean, that's not a lot of money what they're going to do, because look, if they got a marketing firm, they're going to take a piece. If they got Keanu, he's going to get paid, but he probably was like, whatever, pay me $1. And then, Boom's going to get their cut. And then by the time you actually print the thing and do all these extra versions, they need to have like all those. The problem with setting all this up with all those different versions of the book, say you only sell 10 of one and 5 of another and 3 of another, that print run is going to be so insanely expensive.
Agreed. Yeah.
And you can't flood the market. There's no market right now for comic books in the real world. You can't put out all those variants. That's not going to go anywhere. So that's my biggest red flag to this thing, is that all the different kinds, because some of them are hardback, some are not, and
there's a lot of variations going on here. It's going to be expensive.
And that's what freaked me out about mine. Is like, am I going to get enough people to get the trading card tier to actually pay for the trading card tier? So I mean, I did fine on it, but that's what the problem is. If you do too many tiers like that, it's gonna blow up in your face.
If you go into the comments on this campaign page, 70% of the comments that I could see were all about the shipping costs.
Holy jeez.
Now, there's a bit of confusion here, because how this is working, there are 3 books, okay? And you buy all. What you're doing when you back this campaign, you're getting all 3 volumes, okay? My understanding, now, you guys tell me. Okay,
is that a spreadsheet for the shipping?
Yeah, let's just look at this first one. United States, Puerto Rico. Okay, soft cover graphic novels. 3 shipments of 1 book each. Now, are they saying that they're going to charge you $25 for each shipment, or is this the full price for all of the books?
Jesus, no,
I don't know. It's confusing.
Yeah. This makes Doug to Naples shipping look. I mean, holy crap, man! This
He
is
must have got the advice from Doug.
I'm like,
Europe, $115, man.
yeah, I was just looking at that. I mean, to be honest with you, you can get to fuck Keanu. Like, there's just no fucking chance you're getting any of my money.
Now, even if this was for all 3 shipments, it still seems insane.
That makes no fucking odds if it's for all 3 shipments. You can buy, what was it, one, you can get the first 3 books for 50 quid, and you're going to charge all $50, and you're going to charge double that just to ship to the fucking UK. You
Yeah,
can get,
dude.
like, US Postal Service, whatever the fucking Acura News, them lot, fuck them lot, they have no idea how to do fucking post.
It's insane, right? I mean, even if, best case scenario, these numbers represent the total shipping, all your, everything, all 3 books. Jesus Christ, man, this is insane.
Yeah, that's more than the book.
That's Keanu
yeah.
Thieves, that's what that is.
And I see, and we all know
Oh, come
Keanu
on, that
has
was
nothing to do
good.
with any of this. He didn't fucking, he probably has no idea what's going on with any of this shit. Let's be
But
fair.
Keanu Thieves is still a good joke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
He needs-
No.
I think he kind of stepped in and getting involved in this one.
I
This
think
one
this
might
might,
be-
yeah, it's gonna, I think it's gonna hurt him a little.
Yeah,
At the end
I
of the
think
day.
this is because it got what 2 years till they had to produce, and 2 years is way too long for them to just walk away with the money. It's just too long.
And can you imagine, because Kickstarter is so fucking lame, the shipping cost isn't charged until they actually fucking ship it, right? That's how Kickstarter
Right.
works. They
It's
don't
taken-
take that money up front. So imagine a year from now, in September 2021, all of a sudden you get a $115 charge. And you're like, what the fuck?
It's taken when
Just
the campaign
happened.
closes at the same time as the actual money for the book. So it's
Okay.
taken at the same time as the money, but it's when the campaign closes, which is fucking outrageous.
It's
Because no
insane.
one.
Okay, so it's
they
not
don't
when
have
the
it-
shipping happens. It's
No,
when
they
the
have.
campaign
It's
closes.
when the campaign closes, as far
Okay,
as I
my
remember.
mistake. Sorry.
Um,
Sorry.
But again, they don't have in demand, so you do know when the campaign is going to close. They don't have that option for an in demand sort of store like an Indiegogo.
And what is the logic for that? Not
Oh,
just charging the
exclusivity,
shipping
I would say.
right up front.
Well, they don't deal with the shipping. They actually they have nothing to do with it. They use another company for shipping that charges the shipping.
Yeah, for a book like this, you would need to have a separate fulfillment. I mean, it's just it would be a lot of copies. I mean, how many backers they already have?
Oh, when I
If-
say I don't, I wasn't talking about fulfillment. They just Kickstarter, as far as I know, they just use a different company that charges you the shipping.
It
costs.
is. It's a separate
It's nothing
thing.
to do with
It's
fulfillment.
it
It's
feel-
just the way
the-
that they use. They fuck around with the money.
another big knock against Kickstarter, man. I love Indiegogo because I make my purchase, I pay all the shipping, I buy it and forget it, man. And when it gets here, it's a fucking
Yeah.
happy day.
I've got a suspicion that the reason why they do that is to lower the amount of money that's going in and out through their account to lower taxes.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Well, they're a foreign company too, so they're not states. Their Kickstarter is here in the States, so two separate.
If
Situation.
Razmaz is right about this, I mean, it can't be. You know, most likely it's for each book since they will ship on different dates of 2021 and 2022.
So
I
they could
can't. I don't
potentially-
think dude. If that's for each book,
Then they
dude,
can hit you with $25 per book. They can hit you with 75. Say you just buy the base book with the 3 books. They can hit you every time they ship one. They can hit you with $26.
I can't fathom it, dude. If that is what's going on here, this is absolute criminal activity. Fucking insane.
Well,
I
it's
I
a
don't
bad
think.
sign if you got a spreadsheet for shipping.
Oh man, so that's this is another component here that's a little weird. Keanu, man, you might like Passion said, you might have stepped in it on this one, bro. You might have made a blunder here. You might have helped out the wrong friend.
Stick to the motorcycles, mate.
The biggest
Yeah,
question, Captain, would you still fuck him?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, but only if I'm behind.
Oh, you hear that, Keanu? You hear that, Keanu? He's not that gay for you anymore.
And again, still only on a Tuesday.
Let's see. It's at 3,627 backers already.
Yeah, see, that's a huge.
That's in
amount.
2 days?
Yeah.
2 fucking days.
This will make over $1 million.
It's absolutely going to do $1 million. No doubt about it. But, dude, in the comment section, you're like, people find out about the shipping thing, and they're like, I'm refunding this shit right now. So I don't know. There could be a lot of, like, there's going to be a lot of unhappy customers involved here. It's going to be a nightmare for this company.
What I'm wondering now, if those are real customers and not just some kind of movie studio or casting agency that's like, okay, Keanu, we'll buy a bunch of your books.
Yeah, like Disney sending the or whatever fucking ace. What's her face? That shithead with the YouTube channel now. It's in all the films.
Oh, Brie Larson.
Yeah, like her fucking setting up a charity to fucking send girls to go and see because they haven't got shoes and they can't eat, so they'll send them to the cinema. Fuck.
Well, it's like how.
But they gotta buy their own popcorn. Fuck that shit.
Yep.
Like politicians who make no money and suddenly their book sells 50 million copies. It's like, and you never know anybody who bought it.
Right.
Nancy Pelosi got caught getting her hair done.
Oh god, dude, Pelosi. She is. God damn, what a fucking disaster, man. She's such a freak. Dude, the Democrats are embarrassing as fuck.
Keep voting for what you want. That's what you get.
Jesus. I will say, I mean, I guess on the upside of this all is that it's absolutely embarrassing, kind of mainstream. You know, you got the Scott Snyder. This thing is kicking Scott Snyder's ass all up and down the court. In 2 days.
It's just gone up again.
Yeah.
How are the other people that we looked at before on Kickstarter doing? How did Baby Bowie do? How's Sean Gordon?
Well, let's look at let's bring up Snyder's.
I can start concentrating now. I've just finished the page. Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh.
Thank God for that.
Is this right?
Hail, Captain Fuckhead.
What the hell? Nocterra? Did they have to change the title of this? Let me get this pulled up. So, Scott Snyder's campaign has 15 days to go. 162,000. I swear that this was a different title initially. Spelled differently. They must have had some legal issue or something.
So they have like just over 3,000 backers, but probably his things like shipping isn't $150.
Well, yeah, that's yeah, I guess you could say it's comparable in terms of the backers. It's in the same ballpark, but this is at the end of his campaign.
Is it a 30 or a 60-day campaign?
Again, it's.
I think this campaign may have been going for 60 days, so about 45 days now.
Yeah, if that's had 45 days, I don't think that's great.
No.
Well, I mean, let's be straight here. Ask the average person if they know who Scott Snyder is or who they know who Keanu Reeves is.
There you go.
You know, it has nothing to do with comparing. Yeah. It's apples and oranges. Yeah, they're both fruit and they both grow on a tree, but they don't taste the same.
But one you want to fuck and the other you don't.
I'm not necessarily looking at it from. I'm not necessarily looking at it from that perspective. I'm more looking at it from you look at ComicsGate and you look at what ComicsGate will do in 30 or 60 days. I know we've got the in-demand thing as well, but these are nobodies that are doing comic books on ComicsGate.
No, yeah,
I know.
Literally nobodies. Nobody knows who any of us are apart from
I'm a nobody, and I made 5 figures. You know, my first I did a coloring book that made 8K. So yeah, I'm a nobody too. I'm slowly building up, but I'm not Keanu Reeves.
I know, but you're also not Scott Snyder. But that's what I'm saying. My argument to that is if you look at what ComicsGate do and how that they are repeating success now. Particularly, I'm thinking of people like Narwhal. I'm thinking of the Diaz brothers.
Yeah.
There's more examples out there as well, but if you comparatively, Scott Snyder should be smashing at least 250,000.
Well,
No problem, man.
Yeah.
Easy.
Why? Well, explain to me, because I'm not too familiar with Scott Snyder. Explain to me why he should be hitting 300,000.
Because he's considered a mainstream comic rock star. I mean,
he had the most successful runs in Batman for the past 4 years, 4 years.
Okay, but let's say Frank Miller did one. Do you think he would do better than Scott Snyder?
yes.
Why?
Because
Probably
he's
not.
not, not considered soy, I guess, at this point.
No,
He
it's
might not
because
get
he's
platformed on
fucking Miller,
Kickstarter,
is
to be
who he
fair.
is.
He
Yeah, he
won't
probably
get
wouldn't,
platformed on Kickstarter.
It's all about name recognition. It's
But I
all
also
about,
Right.
you know,
I
Scott
also think that
Snyder is
alone.
popular in comic books, which is very small. I mean, we all know the fan base has shrunk, okay, over the past 30 years. You know, just paper comics. I'm not talking about Western paper comics. His people who buy stuff every month, it has
Sure.
shrunk because it's getting bled
Big
off
time.
by video games, manga, anime,
Yeah.
whatever other entertainment. It's been
But
over the years.
3,000 people for a guy who's within, if you're a comic book person, within that context of that industry, you're telling me it shrunk to that small? 3,000 people want to support a mainstream rock star? Like, that's a problem. That's a huge problem.
A writer, yes. An artist, not necessarily. I think if an artist came in, like Jim Lee decided, I'm going to do my own book, he would do 1 million.
Well, what about Sean Gordon Murphy? He didn't do. I mean, did he do well? Yes. Did he do as well as he thought he would? No.
Yeah.
No.
Because he had a crappy presence. He didn't do the street hustle.
Right.
Yeah. And he's not, again, outside of comic book world, he's not that well known.
No, I get that.
If Jeff Johns came back and did something, let's say, okay, he would probably do well. Why? Because he's doing the TV show, he's doing cartoons, he's doing, you know, he has a huge writing pedigree. You know, what, 20, 30 years he's been doing stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, he would do way better if we're talking about writers who are not that well known outside, but he's at least people seen his name and he can go, yeah, I'm a writer and creator on the WB DC shows. He could use that as a way to market himself and he would do really well. It all depends.
I think Razmaz, unfortunately, I think Razmaz might be onto something here.
Yeah.
Someone could probably crowdfund a comic book and get $1 million.
Canteen Boy, the comic.
Commie Mark and both Razmaz and the last two comics you showed were absolutely bang on. The only difference with the Zack Snyder versus Scott Snyder comic is Zack Snyder would make more money, but it probably wouldn't be as good.
Right. Well, you know, initially I was kind of.
He'd have to release it, and then there'd have to be a variant about 6 months later where he said, "No, I didn't write that bit. Someone else did."
Do the Snyder edit.
Yeah.
I kind of thought that, you know, this Keanu thing, just some stuff I'd read and things about it, like this might get people who have never read a comic book in their lives to pick up a comic and check it out because Keanu's attached. And
Yes,
I'm like, initially, I'm like, yeah, that's positive, that's good. You could make new comic fans. But if that person's first experience with comics is a grift, is a fucking ripoff, do you think that's a positive way to enter into something?
Totally agree with you on that one.
That's a problem.
And you gotta wait 2 years.
It's a fucking problem, man. Yeah. So no, I now that I've really looked at this thing and we've gone through it, I don't think this is a boon for anyone.
I still think it's a win for us.
Brian, how you doing?
What
man?
up? What up?
The writer, creator of Six Gun Gorilla is in the house.
I'm in the hizzy for shizzy, my disease. I have no idea what I just said.
What? Hold on. We're going to fix this right now. See ya.
Oh, man. Yeah, I know you guys are getting close to wrapping up. I just wanted to pop in and say what up, Roddy. And also, hail, 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 CGUK.
Hail!
Yes, that's right.
Hail, brother. Hail!
That's
Drop
right.
the H. It's a silent H.
Not lager?
Same thing. Don't get into that. Don't get me started on beer and lager. It's all the same thing.
I know. And what's up, El Gargoyle and Passion for Drawing?
What's up, Ryan? How you doing, buddy?
What's up? So, Keanu killing it with this Kickstarter. Now, I just kind of, cleared the cobwebs. I got up like around noon. Now, what are people exactly pissed about?
Are you talking on which side? Like the SJW side or our side?
Well, okay, so let me get this straight. Keanu releases a Kickstarter for a comic book, which looks really fucking cool from what I've seen. And it's done bang up business like in a very short period of time. What's the number right now?
Well, it's over 350K in like 2 days. Yeah.
Damn,
no,
Keanu killing it.
It's skyrocketing. But how much of the show were you able to see? When we just did like a deep dive into the campaign, and there's a lot of fucking weirdness and red flags going on in that, man, that I didn't. It's kind of making me step back and look at it a little differently, honestly.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah, I would check out that page, really look at it. Okay. We're not going to go back into all of it.
No, I'm not asking you to.
One word: spreadsheet for shipping.
Ooh,
there's a whole spreadsheet for shipping.
That's a rookie mistake right there, man. That's a rookie mistake right there.
Can we just play the video again, and then I think everyone.
You're right. We should hit the video.
Yeah, I have not seen
But leave everybody's sound on because the laughter's going to be great. Like you'll be able to save that for canned laughter for future shows.
Aw, shit.
My book is drawn and colored.
Dude, it's amazing. There's art and there's color. It's fucking cool.
You know what other book is drawn in color? Doom Fate and Nat the Merc, right, El Gargoyle?
Oh, hell
Nat the Merc. Oh yeah, Tales from the Natverse.
People sign up for that mailing list because Tales from the Natverse is going to be
it's launched, dude. You don't even have to do that anymore. You can just go buy the motherfucking book.
You've been too busy losing weight, Brian. What's going on here?
Yeah,
I am losing weight, actually. I lost about 20 pounds. During it's COVID. People are gaining COVID pounds. I'm losing COVID pounds.
I lost 20 quid in a night out once.
Hey, is that like... Brian, I've always wanted to ask you this.
Yes.
Is that your bedroom there that you're in right now with the bed and everything?
Absolutely. It's my bed. It's
my
dojo.
Why do you have double doors, like barn doors on your bedroom?
That's awesome.
Why not?
You live in a barn? Or?
No. This is down in the basement of the condo I live in.
Oh.
And what I love about the basement is, first of all, it's a great place to work in. It's a great place as a man cave, and it's also a great place to crash because it's always like cool in the summer and warm in the winter.
Oh, I was just wondering with the double doors if there was a reason to like
it
opens up into an alternate reality or something.
It came with those. Although the crazy thing is like one night, like I was on a horror talk. And this friend of Drew's comes on and he says, "Dude, is that a Night Train to Terror poster behind you?" And I was like, "How that? Like what? Like you even know what Night Train to Terror is?" and y'all, if you haven't seen Night Train to Terror, treat yourself. It's special.
Wow, this is the Keanu video.
Keanu. Okay, so this is the epic pitch by Keanu. For the book where stuff happens. Let's check it out.
If this doesn't sell you, don't know what can.
Zerker's got everything that you want from a comic book. It's got great drawings, colors, great story. It's got action, has a little romance. And it's about something.
Woo!
And I was like, well, I used to collect and I love comic books. And they were like, so did you ever want to make a comic book? And I was like, yeah, you know, this idea of a kind of Viking, someone in a altered state, someone in a higher, heightened state, just out of control. You know, someone out of control and being compelled or driven to this thing and time like this. You know, kind of hiding in violence. You know, this kind of character trapped who, in a way, has to, with this curse that it's compelled to violence, he understands the cost of it. He finds life precious even after all this time. And I feel with Berserker, we have some masters. Masters doing the drawings, masters doing the color, a master working with me in the writing. And the story that we have to tell, I think, is a lot of fun. So check it out. If you do, I hope you enjoy it. Berserker, Boom Studios.
So,
Terrible.
Hell yeah.
so my reaction to that is that he doesn't know who's drawing the book, who's writing the book. He doesn't know what the plot is. He doesn't know what it's supposed to be. They approached him to do it. So to me, this sounds like Boom Studios saw what Zach was doing with the Expendables.
Yeah.
And they're copying it. Someone new in Boom Studios. Oh yeah, I know Keanu.
Interesting.
And then now we're going to do it here.
And
But come on, there's drawings and colors and stuff that's going to happen.
I mean, that's Keanu Nunu, right?
Didn't you tell him?
He always liked about him is that he always came off as a bit of a burnout, right? And
dude,
not necessarily the brightest guy, but sincere.
This is the best part of all of this, is none of our opinions of Keanu will change one iota from anything that happens here. We're all still gonna love him, and apparently Captain, is gonna want to penetrate his orifices, but it doesn't really matter what he does. He's a lovable. Only on Tuesdays. That's right. Keanu is awesome. We all kind of have the soft spot for him, but I think he got tapped here to do something. Yeah. And I think he does genuinely. I think he has a history with comics. I think he does love comics, the medium of comics. And he's like, sure, let's do this thing. Let's make it happen. I think he's helping some friends out. They're going to make a shit ton of money. But it feels a bit like a grift at this point.
Well,
it's a grift.
It feels a lot like a grift, because I'm also thinking everybody knows that he's a big Wolverine fan and that he always wanted to play Wolverine. Recently even said that was an ambition of his, but now he's too old for it. So, if they're going to custom make a character for him, why not Berserker? Why not, a very Wolverine-like character?
That's a good. That's a very good point, Brian. Like
that is a good point.
I mean, they went to him and said, "Hey, we know you like Wolverine. Here's a character just like him." And, and then, John Wick, we know you like him. So let's meld the two characters, and we'll make a bunch. We'll do it, and we'll make whatever you want.
This is not to say that this will not be a great comic. We have no idea. We're not being shown anything about the comic, really. We haven't seen any interior pages. We really know very little except the very basic essence of the story. It could be great. But another thing, Brian, you might not be aware of, they're not delivering volume 1 of this book until September of next year, man.
What?
Yeah.
How many pages is it?
128 pages. There are 3 volumes.
Okay.
You won't get the first volume until September of 2021, and you will not get the final volume until sometime in 2022. Dude, this is insane.
I've got backers sending me messages like, where's my Gorilla book that they just ordered like yesterday?
Exactly, man. This is nuts. And then the shipping cost fiasco. There's a tier. The tiers go all the way up to $2,500, man.
What platform is this on? Is this on Kickstarter?
Kickstarter, yeah.
Yeah, which is also known as basically welfare for rich people.
So there's a lot of problems here. It's nothing. I honestly feel like we know how when there's celebrity involvement, especially with a star of this caliber, he probably really doesn't know a lot of the ins and outs of what's going on with this thing.
No, they're using him. They're using him.
Whatever, man. It sucks.
Yeah, and there's an innate likability to Keanu Nunu. I respect the guy because he directed a movie called Man of Tai Chi, which was a martial arts movie, which is good.
Oh, I've not seen that yet. Is it any good?
Yeah, it's good. I like it.
It is.
Good.
And
wasn't that his directorial debut as well?
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. Cool. And he's in it and as the villain. And there's a big fight scene at the end, and that's a guy that I admire because he always kept up with the martial arts. Yeah. You know, heavy-duty firearms training for the John Wick movies, which I'm not crazy about, but I could still respect the fact that the guy is dedicated like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Know? You can't be accused of being lazy. And I look at the Keanu Nunu that was in Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Right.
And you look at the Keanu Nunu of today, and is he a great actor? No, but he's somebody that always worked at getting better. And, you know, I always admire people that don't have any basic intrinsic talent, but will bust their asses and just keep trying to get getting better.
I was told by a
well,
very smart man.
I appreciate that, man. Oh, wait, were you were talking about me, right?
No. I was
no
told
basic intrinsic talent, but I'm trying really hard.
Henry Rollins.
Assumed. I made an assumption.
You don't even fucking draw. Shut up.
Exactly.
But it was only yesterday that I was told this. That if you continue to fail and fail and fail, at some point the only option is to succeed.
That's what happened. That's what happened with me. An amateur, a professional is an amateur that just didn't give up.
You know, talent is when you don't have to try anymore.
Well, and that's when you have artists phoning it in. And you look at somebody like, you see this a lot with actors. You saw it with Brando. You see it with De Niro. People that have so much basic talent. Jackie Chan. Oh man,
Robert De Niro. Don't.
Right?
That's a trigger point.
Like there's a certain point where you can tell it's like this guy isn't present for this movie. He's so talented that all he has to do is just show up. And that's not a way for an artist to be. You want to always be present. You don't ever want to be phoning it in.
You're making me sad.
Well, I mean, look at somebody like my favorite example is the Japanese artist Hokusai, right? Who was an illustrator who's very famous. You know that wave that you see in every corporate boardroom.
Yes.
And the
man who single-handedly changed the culture of art in Japan.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you. When he was in his 80s, he said, if the heavens would just grant me 5 more years, then I could become a true illustrator.
Mm-hmm.
And he died like 2 years later. That's what you want to be. That's the dude right there.
What you don't want to be is Robert De Niro, who has run out of work in America and come over to the UK to do adverts for. We have a baker here called Warburton's, who's very famous for making bread, but particularly bread that you can use for making toast because it's nice and thick and fluffy and toasts up real nice. Okay. I'm a fan of wrestling, so I was watching AEW, whatever it is, the other day. And it finished early on the ITV player. And what they do then is they put a stack of adverts at the end of it to fit up the whole 2-hour thing. And what they did was put a Bobby De Niro advert on, repeat, for 7? No, it wasn't. I think it was about 12 minutes. And it was basically Robert De Niro pretending he was, pretending he was still in a Martin Scorsese film, coming into the head office of the man that runs Warburton, telling him off for making fucking bagels. And then says, you've got a nice family business over here. What if I move to Ipswich and bring my family over here? We've got a ready-made business. Fuck off. All these celebrities we have Kevin Bacon. We have a mobile phone network. Sorry, a cell phone network.
To be fair, Kevin Bacon is no longer considered a celebrity. But
when he
I
still
would
is
agree
here,
with that.
he's been advertising EE, which is the biggest mobile network in the UK, for almost 3 or 4 years now, and there's more and more of them doing it. More like fucking
Well,
really
you
sad.
know why they don't?
So
You know
basically,
why they don't do commercials here in the States anymore? Orson
So-
Welles.
So basically, Captain
Valid
Fuckhead,
point.
sir, you're telling us that the UK is now sort of turning into Japan for American actors. Like
Pretty much.
yeah, because
Yep, I'm expecting to see Homer Simpson on an advert very, very soon.
Yeah, right.
if y'all have never seen like the Arnold Schwarzenegger Japanese commercials, they're fucking amazing.
Yeah, but they're
Yeah.
good.
Yes,
That's
they
the
are.
point. They're good.
Yeah,
they're good to
they're good.
watch. Like,
Yeah.
you could make as far as I'm concerned, you could make a whole hour TV show of just the adverts, and then put 5 minutes of an episode of Poldark in the middle of it, and pretend that's the advert, and that'll ruin the fucking show. Like, I dig those Japanese adverts. They're great. I like Japanese
awesome.
TV, and generally, it's fucking great fun.
Yeah.
But no,
yeah.
what I'm saying is keep your fucking OAP celebrities, please. We have enough of our own.
Dude. Well, we don't want them, so we
had
got
to
to
suffer-
push them
You can
somewhere.
have them.
Yes, but
Get
we
the
had to
fuck
suffer
outta
Jimmy
here.
Savile and Rolf Harris.
Yeah, that's right. You endured your own pain. I know.
Woo! Oh,
Well,
my
I guess
God, yeah.
we're at that
We
point
just-
where now just gonna pass them around to each other. I guess like a venereal diseases.
Yeah, at least
Shit.
De Niro isn't like a pedophile serial killer.
Not that we know of.
Not that we know of yet.
But no, they don't. They don't do them here. I've heard actors talk about it. They don't do commercials in the States anymore because of Orson Welles, because he did a famous commercial for wine, and wine before its time, and he was relentlessly made fun of that for like 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's brutal. If some of you might not be old enough to even look it up on YouTube, and then there's outtakes. You can hear the audios of him just
the
ripping and
French.
tearing.
Ah!
Oh man! So like he was.
But it was also found that American audiences, upon seeing what was supposed to be a movie star in a commercial, it kind of downgraded their movie star status.
correct.
So it wasn't
absolutely.
useful as a branding. So they're
Yeah,
like,
but if you
well,
look at-
ship them to Japan. They'll get $1 million
But
to sell
Keanu Reeves at this point we've looked through the campaign. He's in danger of
Gargoyle.
falling into that kind of
He's done
category.
Japanese.
Are you using charcoal or something? What the hell's happening?
That's not me.
Is that passion for drawing?
Yeah, it's passion. But Keanu's in danger of falling into that thing. Look,
Are you
we don't
drawing
have-
Keanu's
fucking
penis
rock.
right now?
I'm working on pages right now as we speak.
Oh, okay.
One of the saddest things that happened to the movie industry over the last probably the last 40 years is we don't have stars anymore.
Right.
Oh yeah, and that's by design. That's by design.
Oh, I know that, but putting them in putting them in adverts is the next stage into removing them from removing that barrier. Like,
Right.
It's so sad.
I'm not sad about it. The star system, I'm glad it's going away.
Yeah,
because,
get rid of it. People are over it, man.
Yeah, because I'm sick of like a great script coming along, and then the actor comes in. Well, I made some changes, and I think the character should be this way. It's like,
Right.
no, fuck
World War
you.
Z.
Here's the script. Go do the fucking job and shut the fuck up.
I mean,
Yeah.
when Brad Pitt bought the rights to World War Z, which is an absolutely brilliant, visionary horror novel, written by Max Brooks, the son of Mel Brooks.
Shotgun. Yeah.
It's absolutely brilliant. It really is. And there's an audiobook version that's absolutely fantastic because it's done like a radio show with all these different actors doing the giving the accounts, playing the characters who are giving their accounts of their experience during the zombie war, right? And basically, Brad Pitt, did the World War Z movie, and he basically just bought the rights to have the title because that's the only thing that's a carryover from the novel, which, like I said, is brilliant and visionary. And he made like a mega budget, absolutely mediocre movie just using that title. So
Yes.
Yeah.
Just I want to add a caveat to the stars thing. Like, in the 40s, the 30s, 40s, 50s.
It's not Tuesday. I want to remind you, it's not Tuesday.
Those big stars wouldn't have been able to alter scripts. They wouldn't have been, and it's exactly the same in sports. It's exactly the same thing happens in sports.
Yeah.
We've given, stars are fine. Stars, people to aspire to be, people to look up to are good. That's a good, positive thing. The problem is the sports industry, which it is now, the sports entertainment industry, and Hollywood have both given these people too much power.
Correct.
Well, they've taken a lot of it away.
It's not the stars. That. Yeah, but it's but the problem with that is we're now losing those people to aspire to, those stars.
True.
I think everybody still needs
to be Robert De Niro.
I don't want to aspire to be Robert De Niro, but I also don't want to aspire to be some shitty little tart on Instagram.
Yeah.
Well, that's where the celebrity is now. Is
But that's what I'm saying. Because there's no stars, it's shifted elsewhere, and where it's shifted is dangerous.
Oh my God! Do you know who the rock stars are in America right now? Have been for since the writer's strike.
Brian Criscow is the rock star.
That's right.
Not even close. We don't have our rock stars, our movie stars. They're reality TV celebrities.
Yep.
We're game show contestants. Show contestants.
Maybe.
Not even game show host. I mean, we have a president who's a game show host, but our celebrity.
You had a president who was in the WWE.
Yeah,
that too.
Briefly. But yeah, no, it's I know exactly what you're talking about, and the whole idea is that it sends a message to average Americans like, oh, I can be a superstar. If that person can become a rock star, I can be a star too. I just need to get on a reality TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's these they're shutting down these houses in California because they're breaking COVID. Is because these TikTok stars. Now, first of all, I don't know how you become a TikTok star. They're all living together in these homes and doing TikTok stuff, and they're complaining to the state that they're getting shut down. It's like we can't make a living being a TikTok star. It's like, what?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We're desperate. The economy is so bad that a large portion of our young ladies are turning to sort of digital prostitution. You know, it's kind of like the after the fall of the Soviet Union, hail commie Mark. How a large portion of the Russian women became prostitutes. The same thing's happening in America, except it's different, And go ahead.
I pay you in 2 sheets of toilet paper.
I was just going to say, OnlyFans have just recently, the past couple of days, changed their fucking not their operating system, but you know what I mean. Their fucking whatever you call them. The terms and conditions and the rules, the amount of money you can make in a day, because somebody made with $2 million in 48 hours.
Vinny Tartamella covered this, right? It's the actress that just raked in millions of dollars in a matter of days, and
did a bait and switch because she's like, okay, give me money and I'll show you some poon, right?
No titty for you.
No tig biggies, no tig bitties.
Yeah.
She's like, oh yeah, all that stuff that I promised you that you gave me money for. Yeah, you're not getting that.
You're not getting that. And it's just cashing in. It's like she had a middling level of celebrity, very low tier, and she's like, I'm getting no work. Nothing's being filmed right now. How do I cash in on this minor celebrity I have? Well, people want to see my privies. And, that's.
And to see her debased too, because wasn't she like a Disney star?
Yep, of course.
Right.
Yeah, that's no surprise. It's no fucking surprise.
Yeah. So that was part of the appeal was, there's going to be like this wholesome, squeaky clean Disney star that's going to do smut. And that's what they paid for. And it turns out that's not what they get. What up, Dave?
That's an age-old story too, though, isn't it? Really?
It is, but it's different now. It's very much of the current age, I think. Because of course,
that's a good pun. Current age.
Because it has to do with the technology. The technology is moving so fast. I mean, look at what we're doing right now. There's something remarkable about that. There's something I think really incredible. It's just we're so used to it now that it becomes passe, becomes commonplace. But of course, yeah. I mean, you have people who are, just trying to grift and make money that they can because the economy is completely fucked. Nobody knows, what tomorrow's going to bring. Hey, she's,
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It wouldn't be all that surprising, honestly. Well, shit, guys. The way I titled this show, honestly, at the outset of this, I was more leaning toward this Keanu Berserker endeavor to kind of be, like we said at the outset, maybe a win. But God, I got to tell you, after going through it with you guys and really talking about it, it's feeling like a gut punch, honestly. It's feeling a little fucking abusive, that campaign. I'm feeling a little abused by it.
Simon!
Zip, what up?
What's up, Sam?
You're just in time to whore yourself out and promote whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, what's that book? What's that campaign right now? Tales from the what verse?
It's not even on the show.
It's Nats Only, that's what it's called.
Well, there you have it.
Oh,
yes.
Sorry, my mic was not activated. Like I forgot there's a button on my new headset.
I bet we missed some glorious shit coming out of your mouth.
I came in, I'm like, you said like whore yourself. I'm like, damn, my camera's not on to show my boobs.
Oh God, man, I got debased on Red stream that night.
Oh man, dude, didn't we all? It was.
Are you regretting it?
No, not even a little. Not even
dude, the
a
ball's
little,
on you. The ball's on you. The moment you did it, I was like, fuck, I'm trapped now. I have no escape.
Yeah. It was like, dude, you have no excuse. Brian pulled it out.
Yeah, it was over.
Well, that's because I didn't want to show my moves, right? My moves are pretty small since I've been losing weight. But then I realized, oh, wait a second, I could just do
that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was real careful about that too.
Wow. Oh, yeah. Jesus, man. Yeah, black and white would help too. So, but yeah, Simon, you're pretty close to hitting your goal, man, aren't you?
Yeah.
Just are you about funded?
I'm at 72% now.
Woo!
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Am I the only one that when they saw the name of the goddamn book that he's releasing, Berserker?
Yeah.
Kind of felt weird.
Well, of course, because you're thinking Berserk, which is very special to you, very special to me, very special. Oh, don't apologize. We love dogs. But I was immediately thinking Wolverine, right? Berserker Rage. Because everybody knows that Keanu wanted to play Wolverine, so they're like, oh, here's a character that's kind of like Wolverine.
There was also a movie called Berserker.
Right. And I'm feeling it's I also feel that it taps into the God of War Kronos thing.
Oh yeah, Highlander.
Really highly like
you guys are skipping over
the character is part God in Berserker for sure. And he's like obviously goes across time. He's got weapons from all ages displayed on him. So it's like this is a very God of War, violent, immersed character that has some kind of redemption arc thing happening.
Yeah,
that might be good.
I'm not saying it could be wonderful, but god damn it, man, you're a year to release to getting the volume 1, the price amount on the tiers, the shipping costs, that's some different components there. It's like it's really starting to feel a bit shaky, man.
Very sketchy. But that's not Keanu. He's being used. He's an innocent. So. He's an innocent. Yeah. He's being used by Boom. And Boom could suck my left nut because
dude, Boom's a fucking multi-million fucking company. What the fuck are they doing on Kickstarter? From crowdfunding a goddamn fucking book with Keanu.
That's what Kickstarter is for. It's
I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that, honestly.
Lego did a Kickstarter.
I still think it's fucking wrong.
Lego is the most.
You got the fucking capital to fucking invest yourself in your goddamn thing. Boom is an actual company.
But it's exciting.
A corporate entity of itself. It has its own fucking money.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to go and go, please give me more money and charge you double the fucking price of international shipping because it's charging me $40 shipping.
$40.
No, the
You
shipping
got away
is
with
out of
$40. $40. It said $115 to Europe, mate.
Dude, the shipping's out of control.
Yeah.
Crowdfunding is exciting, man. It's the way to sell things to people. It is obviously the future of shit. Like, this is where it's headed. Being mad about it is like, we kind of had a role to play in starting this thing, man. We proved how viable it was. Of course, the big dogs are going to fucking pile on. Because
they're going to want
that's all they ever do is follow suit with the innovators. That's all the mainstream ever does.
Yeah, but
why should they take any risks?
But it's the same principle as saying, yeah, obviously they're going to come. And what's going to happen? Like what happened before. They're not here.
They're going to suck at it, and we're going to be better. That's how it's going to happen.
I mean, ComicsGate hasn't been 100% great in all aspects either. So, I mean, we're also working our way through it too. It's new ground for all of us. So, I mean, I've been back in Kickstarters for 10 years, and I always really, really picky on what I pick. This one just does not. This one doesn't look right to me. So
there's a lot of red flags, man.
Yeah,
a lot.
Forget all the comic book stuff. I'm just talking about from a financial standpoint, marketing standpoint, and the company is not. I looked at company. Boom is not a company. They don't have a proven track record in all this stuff. They don't have a proven track record with comics, for crying out loud. Can you all name 3 comic books?
They were Six Gun Gorilla. They were complete dicks to me when my Six Gun Gorilla came out at the same time as theirs. And they didn't go after me or sue me or anything like that, because that would have made them look like bullies. But I did notice that Comixology would not take my book until exactly a year later, even though mine came out first. So.
Oh wow, interesting.
Yeah. And that year at the New York Comic Con, there was nothing advertising that book. Nothing. They had a big setup and everything. You didn't see any Six Gun Gorilla shit anywhere. Yeah. So,
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
we sold 300 copies.
Nice.
But does Boom own any IPs, or they're just already existing IPs?
Like IDW?
Yeah.
I don't know. Because they've done their Planet of the Apes comics were fantastic. They were really good. The ones that they did that were like sort of set in between, like they were filling in the spaces between the movies. Like they're filling the space between, I think, Conquest of the Planet of the Apes and Planet of the Apes. Where like the humans are starting to become mute, and there's like racial tension between the apes and the humans are trying to get along. Those were really good, actually.
Just sounds like they've got a habit of monkeying around to me.
Yep. Well, who is it? Julia Schwartz that said that a comic book always sells more copies if you put a gorilla on the cover.
That was a show-ending moment right there. That is definitely a.
I'm trying, Rob. I'm trying.
Oh well,
I appreciate it.
I'm looking.
Guys,
I'm looking
seriously,
at the
dude, the show's been going. I gotta roll on, man. I got shit to do. But Captain Fuckhead, anything you want to shout out?
Come and have a check on Charlie's London Official, I don't know, whatever she calls it on YouTube, her channel tonight, in about an hour or so, maybe a little bit longer, about an hour and a half. We are featuring our very good friend from the UK, Mr. Russ Leach. Always forget the U. And I'm just going to give him a little shout out as well, because he has just released Only Death Can Save Us yesterday. And it's a Bronze Age inspired comic book that looks like a hell of a lot of fun. I've read the preview. I've done a little bit of stuff for him on the campaign as well. He's already at 27%. 33 backers. Where's he got? 1,360 quid in the bank already. This book needs to break 5 figures for me. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I think it's going to appeal to a hell of a lot of comics people. Not just ComicsGate, but even within ComicsGate, we all like different things. But I think most of us are going to like this book.
Yeah, it looks spectacular.
I love this project, man. I'm absolutely in love with it. I think this guy, and just him as a creator, as a thinker, how he presents himself, how he engages everything, dude. I cannot talk this shit up enough.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah, it looks spectacular.
Wish you guys talked about me like that.
Oh, come on, give us a chance.
Yeah, seriously, brother.
Give them a reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. That might have been a shot fired. I'm not sure.
Brutal.
Nah, it's okay. We're friends. It's just casual for us.
Yeah.
Casual Monday.
Reach out and fuck with someone.
No, obviously, Doom Fate is really.
It's
badass
coming
project,
soon,
man.
by the way. Very
Yeah.
fucking soon. He's getting close to the fucking.
It's not going to take no fucking year to get to you. I can tell you that.
I'm drawing Keanu right now. I'm finishing up the last of the inks right now as we talk, the last batch of pages. So, and then colors are getting finished. So it's coming real soon. So please,
that's right.
Go grab a
Look
copy.
At,
you're gonna regret
people in the
not
chat. Hex Allen dropping links to the
Yeah,
pages. Man, what do you want?
What's your next threshold again?
How much dick massagery would you like?
Passion, what's your next stretch goal again?
My next stretch goal, we're going to do something at 11,000. I'm keeping it secret like all these other high profile.
Apparently,
we're going to do, what we're going to do is maybe expand the book a little bit. So we'll see at 11,000. At 15,000, I have a big, if we make 15 grand, I'll tell it on here first. You will get a discount on my next book. So if you back this one and we hit 15 grand, everybody who backed the book gets a discount on the next book.
I like that idea. That's a cool concept.
So like it's to keep you coming back for it because I'm pretty confident everybody's going to like this book and you're going to want to come back anyway. But
I think that's what something like that kind of shows is that you have such confidence in what you're producing that you're like.
But I can't tell you what the next book is. It's not. It's Doom Fate related, but it's not the volume 2 of Doom Fate. I think people are really. When I'm ready, I'll come on here and talk about it more in depth. But
you also laced the cover with cocaine.
Yeah. When you say fate, you mean like destiny?
Cocaine.
You don't mean like a little village summer fucking party thing. You know? Do you not have fates in America? Oh, I doubt it. We have fates in the UK. The little villages have them like once a year, and it sort of celebrates the history of the little village.
What the fuck is he talking about, people?
They have. It's like a festival. That actually kind of goes in with the name too. Yeah, you're gonna have to read the book because Doom Fate has multiple meanings. So
cool.
So what is
now I'm sold. You see, now I know it's
fate
about
is like some kind of pagan ritual. What is that?
I don't know.
Buy the goddamn book and find out.
Yeah.
Go back in now.
Oh,
you're welcome, Passion.
If Keanu endorses it, I will be there.
We'll
absolutely be there.
I got him on the line now. Whoa. It's got colors and drawings.
Dude, people drew it, and there's absolutely colors. Masters are working on this. I don't know their names. I don't know who they are.
Radical.
Whoa.
I can't believe he said that. It's drawn. It's got colours. It's about something. Great.
He got nothing to go on. I know.
And this is a guy who's worked in Hollywood for God knows how long, and he doesn't even know how to make a trailer.
Dude,
did you see
how they wrote Berserker?
Yeah.
That should just give you a hint.
Yeah.
Have you seen his video when he came out for Cyberpunk? It was completely awkward.
Yeah.
It was weird. The guy doesn't know how to sell things. He's not a salesman.
Yet.
I think he needs a script.
Outselling every mainstream comic rock star that has tried to crowdfund, he's outselling all of them. So,
my point is, it just has nothing to do with being in the comic book industry. It's the fact that he's a bigger star than any other comic book writer, artist, anybody.
Yep.
Todd McFarlane, who's that? You ask the average person on the street who Todd McFarlane or Keanu Reeves is, they'll probably know who Keanu Reeves is.
Is it like, dude? And that's a fucking true story. Like, you go Todd McFarlane? Somebody goes to me, Who is that? The guy that bought that baseball? That baseball? Yeah. He also did Spawn, dude.
Right.
The guy did not even know that Todd McFarlane created Spawn, but he was aware that he fucking bought that ball.
Well,
so that is
and
the
how
entire reason
smart-
why he did the Kickstarter.
How smart of Todd McFarlane to do that, because he knew that would put him on the international stage.
Yep.
Doing it.
Yep.
Like, the guy is a fucking...
Oh,
he's a
smart.
marketing genius.
Marketing genius.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's
No
a
doubt
fucking.
about it.
He's a genius.
Speaking
businessman.
of marketing geniuses, Sim, anything you'd like to sell us today?
Well, hello. Yeah, go check out on Amazon. There's still a few copies of Rune of Ragnon that's available there. just to rub it in on Rot 10, and don't forget to go check my buddy and colorist Beacon's book, 7 Legions, right now fulfilling. He still has 160 copies, right?
Yes.
And then, by the way, when you're done checking 7 Legions, right? Obviously, after backing an adverse, right?
Yeah,
Don't
of
go.
course.
Come on. Don't forget to drop by, Doom Fate and the ape with guns. He's amazing.
The ape with guns.
The great
Which
ape
is a
with great
perfect
guns.
segue.
There you go. Here's your next punchline. The great ape with great guns.
The great ape with great guns.
Brian Kriskow.
I like that. Well, first of all, everybody go and back Tales from the Natverse. That's the book that you want to be backing right now.
A lot of stroking going on in this stream.
Oh, tons. Oh,
That's how we do it.
Like you would not believe under the table.
You wouldn't be here if you didn't like it, sir.
Work.
Oh God. Let's see. What else? Because I'm looking at the. Definitely go back on Stitched. Super Dead, Forsaken Gods looks freaking amazing. Slaughter Squad, of course, which should be doing much better numbers than it is.
Lost Pages, Captain Love.
Lost Pages, Captain Love. God, there's so many great books out there. Florida Man.
Xenotype, Captain Fuckhead's working on it.
Xenotype, absolutely.
Angrily.
Holy fucking shit.
Angrily. Yeah. Angrily. Fucking
And
hell,
I do, and this is relevant to, I would say, several people on this panel. I am teaming up with Red Gaze to put on a flash fiction contest. This is, as far as I know, the first maybe CG writers contest in existence. But we're looking for writers, 250 words, genre of fantasy. It's going to be a good time. Red Gaze is going to read. Red Gaze is going to read in that super sexy voice of his the final entries. And
I thought he was going to read every entry then. I was going to write 250 words that just says, fuck you, Rock, 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 fuck you, Rock.
Yeah, there might be some filtration going on just for that, because these deviant minds, do exist.
The story of a Rot 10.
Yeah.
Oh, and, can people still get what's it called? Kami Mark's book, is that still
Adventures of Kim Il-sung and Beskari is
it in demand still?
It's still kicking. It's still in demand, I believe.
Cool.
And we've already started working on the next one.
Nice. I gotta say, I'm kicking myself in the ass for not backing the not chromium cover.
I know exactly, dude.
Well, look, I'll give you a little hint and tip for that. All you need to do is go down to your local fucking mall, go to a kitchen shop, whatever, buy some tin foil, go to an art store, get a Sharpie. You're golden, mate.
You can make your own.
You mean I need to
do it
pick
yourself?
up?
But it's not the same unless the hands of Kami Mark are on the Sharpie making.
We did actually discuss the concept of doing the not chromium cover, but just leaving instructions on how to actually make one.
Make your own adventure.
It's not a communism cover if it's not signed by a communist, right?
That's really funny, dude. I like that. You should do that on the
just
next
wrap
campaign.
it in tinfoil.
Make your own chromium cover.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
The cover. That's what it is.
Tinfoil.
Well, it's not tinfoil. Is it aluminium?
But that's tinfoil. It's the same thing.
No, I know.
Beautiful, dude.
It's the same thing. But yes, aluminium. That's correct. There is an A and a U and an I in it in particular orders.
It's aluminum.
Yeah, aluminum.
It's not aluminum at all.
It's
It's aluminium.
It's aluminium.
Bonnie's showing up.
It's aluminum.
I love it.
Stefani. We don't call
Yeah,
him.
I'll just give him a shout. If you've not gone and checked out Stefani, I don't want to butcher that name because every time I say it, it sounds like Renee, and to me, that's a fat Frenchman.
I know. I have the same.
That's from a
same
lower low.
qualms about using the. I'm just like, this person's here. I know they're amazing artists, absolutely.
Yeah,
and you
that's what I'm
have
saying.
there's an email sign up. Is it Thomas Moira?
Moira,
Is that-
something like that.
Wizard
Yeah,
for
go
Hire.
check in
Yeah.
there.
Wizard for Hire.
Yes, that's the one. Go and check out his Twitter. Look at some of the
looks
artwork
amazing.
on that. It looks insane.
Yeah, dude, the art is so good.
Oh, he's only got Burn the Books left. Oh, that's a shame.
Oh,
That's not a shame. That's awesome. When is that going to happen? Do you know, Captain?
It's been.
When's he gonna burn that shit?
That might be happening this week. I can't say any more because it's
I
for
want-
him to pronounce. But I believe it might be happening this week.
I want to see
genius.
that shit, man.
Genius. Comic Mark's a genius. He has to be the first person in ComicsGate, maybe the first person in crowdfunding history that turned the actual campaign into a work of art.
Yeah, exactly. It really opened it. It changed my whole perspective on what that could be.
Right.
And yeah, it's really good.
The only problem with that is he now owes Doug Tenaple and Mike Miller residuaries.
But doesn't he have the mailing list for Not Daredevil now either? Also,
That is out there.
I think so,
That's
yeah.
the next project
Yeah.
we're working on. Yeah. That's been started.
Thought- I thought the Kim thing was over, and that's what it was. That was the next project.
It
Kim's
is.
still in demand. He's still in demand.
Nice to know.
Man. All right, guys. We gotta kill this thing. Somebody put a fucking knife in this fucking stream because I'm
Right,
apparently having
2020.
trouble doing it.
Right. Do
Vote
not
Biden
press,
2020. He
Right.
licks babies.
right. Do not press the end button now. Do not press the end button.
I will
now.
not. I'm not gonna do it.